Have you ever wondered how some people seem to just naturally connect with others? They're able to build strong, lasting relationships, and they're able to communicate their ideas with such clarity and confidence. I certainly did, until I discovered the secret to easy and effortless communication. I was struggling to express myself. I was feeling frustrated and misunderstood. But then I learned from a communication expert who had spent years studying the habits of highly effective communicators, and what I learned was astonishing. I learned a set of simple and powerful strategies that can be used by anyone to easily communicate, build deeper connections, and help me achieve my goals. And today, I'm going to share those strategies with you. These are the exact techniques that I use that will help you unlock the secrets to effortless communication that's going to transform your relationships forever. 20 years ago, when I began my career as a corporate trainer, communication was my biggest obstacle. Picture this: I'm standing in front of a room full of professionals, palms sweating, voice trembling, and stumbling over my words. I was shy, deeply introverted, and painfully aware of every glance exchanged in the room. I'd lose people's attention easily and get frustrated when I couldn't communicate my ideas clearly. So how did I go from that shy, awkward guy to someone who's comfortable communicating to large crowds or one-on-one conversations? Here's what I learned. Effective communication isn't something that you're born with. It's a learned skill. Over time, I improved. And if I can do it, I have no doubts you can do it too. Whether you're looking to improve your public speaking skills, or you want to be able to better communicate with your friends and loved ones, these strategies are going to transform you into a confident and engaging communicator. And the very first lesson I learned was so unexpected, I would have never guessed how crucial it was for my growth. And it was this: there's a common misconception out there that being good at communicating is just about speaking clearly or having a good vocabulary. Now, don't get me wrong, speaking clearly is important, but true communication involves as much listening as it does talking. This means truly listening to the other person, understanding their underlying feelings, noticing body language, and thinking about how and when you need to speak. This is also true for communicating to large groups and where that key phrase, knowing how to read a room, comes from. But this doesn't mean you have to be a master speaker. On the contrary, many great communicators aren't always the best speakers. Instead, they are good at understanding others. They choose their words thoughtfully, and they respond carefully. True communication is not a speech. It's an exchange of thoughts and feelings. It's a balance between talking and listening. Think about the last time that you felt really comfortable speaking to someone. Why is that? It's probably because they made you feel valued and understood. You wanted to be around them, right? If there is just one thing you take away from this video, let it be this: the key to effective communication every time is establishing psychological safety with that other person. This means the other person feels safe enough to openly express their thoughts and emotions without fear of criticism or negative judgment. When people feel safe, communication becomes more honest, open, and productive. Now that you know psychological safety is the key to unlocking any conversation, you may be wondering, how do I even begin creating a safe environment? Believe me, this was the million-dollar question I had as well, but I've got you covered. I'm going to share the 4 strategies I discovered that is guaranteed to boost your skills and create meaningful dialogue that's going to impact your life and those around you. Active listening means truly paying attention when someone speaks, not just waiting for your turn to talk. So let's say your partner comes home from work and says they've had a really stressful day. Their boss keeps piling on tasks and they barely had time to breathe. This is how you practice active listening. First, put your phone down, make eye contact, and nod. Second, take a moment to reflect on what your partner just said and select a response that mirrors what you think you heard them say. So this might sound like, wow, it sounds like today was overwhelming. Your boss, it keeps giving you more work to do than you can handle, right? Third, acknowledge their feelings by saying something like, that must have been frustrating and exhausting. No wonder you're feeling stressed. Next, ask an open-ended question like, what was the hardest part of the day for you? Finally, avoid rushing to give a solution. If you've ever gotten unwanted advice, I'm sure you can sympathize. Maybe your partner just wants to vent their feelings. Maybe they're looking for a solution. This will show your partner you truly care and you're there for them. Active listening strengthens relationships and builds trust. But listening is not enough. You also need time to think clearly about what you want to say next. That's where the 3-second rule comes into play. Take a deep breath or silently count to 3 after someone speaks. While you're doing this, reflect on how you're going to respond by asking yourself, is what I'm going to say helpful, respectful, or even necessary? And finally, share your thoughts with confidence and intention. Using this simple rule will absolutely make your conversation smoother and a lot more thoughtful. Of course, communication isn't just about words. Mastering nonverbal cues are essential. And here are the 4 key nonverbals to be aware of. Facial expressions. This is the first thing someone sees and interprets, so make sure you keep your expressions aligned with your intended message. Eye contact. Balanced eye contact signals confidence and that you are engaged in the conversation. My rule of thumb is to maintain steady eye contact for about 3 to 5 seconds at a time, but avoid locking in eye contact for too long because that's just creepy. Hand gestures. Hand movements can reinforce your message or distract from it. Use open hand gestures to appear welcoming, but avoid excessive or random hand movements that dilute your message. Hand gestures should seem natural and not forced. And tone of voice. Remember, your tone carries emotion, even if your words are neutral. Depending on how you want the conversation to go, a calm, steady tone builds authority, while a warm tone fosters connection. The last strategy that can dramatically boost your communication skills, and something that's often overlooked, is asking the right questions. Here are 4 types of questions to ask and when to ask them. Use open-ended questions instead of yes or no responses. For example, instead of asking, "Did you like it?" ask, "What did you like most about it?" Ask why questions to get to the heart of the issue. So questions like, "Why do you think that happened?" and "Why does this matter to you?" are great examples. What if questions are perfect when you want to encourage brainstorming. So a question like, "What if we approach this differently?" will challenge others to think about that issue from a different light. And asking clarifying questions will allow you to dig deeper and give you the psychological safety needed to understand the situation better. 2 of my go-to phrases are, "Can you give me an example?" and "Can you help me better understand that?" Okay, now it's your turn to put these strategies into action. Identify what strategies you want to start, track your progress, and continue to improve your skills. Let me know how it's going in the comments below, and with practice, you are going to dramatically improve your communication skills. And if you want to continue your personal development journey, be sure to subscribe to Gold Nuggets, check out this video, and I'll see you next time.